Whenever someone asks me which is the difficult subject in class 10 ICSE, I usually reply with physics. Why? Because physics is one of the easiest subjects to understand, but it's difficult to apply. Because the ICSE papers since the last 2-3 years have been difficult for physics specifically. So today we're going to deal with physics overall. I scored 96 in physics this year and I was my school highest. So let's break down how you can study physics well and how can you actually apply it to questions and get the most marks possible. Before we talk about what to do, let's talk about what actually destroys physics marks. Not knowing the diagrams, not knowing the units, not understanding the unit conversion, not actually practicing the numericals, not focusing on the theory part of physics, not doing consistent daily practice is a problem. Physics is not history. Physics is physics. It demands curiosity. It demands the ability to ask a why. Why does this happen? Why does this happen? Why does this happen? Why does current flow? Why does force create motion? What happens when? How does it happen? That's what is needed to understand physics at a very good level. For example, imagine this is a block. This is a force. When will this cause motion? This will only cause motion if this is a rigid body. Correct? Why? Because it is strong enough to take the force and get it ahead. If it's a soft body, what will happen is it will deform. It will become a body like this and it will resist motion. This is how you actually understand how force causes motion, because it's a rigid body, it won't deform, therefore the energy exerted here will lead to motion. In the first chapter, force, we have torque, which is Nm. 1 Newton, this is Newton, is equal to 10 raised to 5 dyne. This is the SI unit, this is the CGS unit. 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 2 centimeter. This is the SI unit, this is the CGS unit. So how do we actually know unit conversions? So this is 1 Nm is equal to 10 raised to 5 dyne into 10 raised to 2 centimeter is equal to 10 raised to 5, 10 raised to 2, 10 raised to 7 dyne centimeter. This is the unit of CGS, but now dyne centimeter is known as erg. So it is known as 10 raised to 7 erg. This is how you actually master unit conversions. Physics also involves visualization. It's very important to visualize what the concept is. So let's understand how we can visualize torque. Every day in our life, we open or close a door, right? This is the door and this is the hinges, right? And this is the door knob and we try to open it this way or this way when we go in and go out, right? So how do we actually visualize this concept? So just tell me one thing. If you have read the first chapter, you would know that torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance. Right? Perpendicular distance. So that's the reason why we put the force here. Or else we can also put the force here, right? But the impact created because of this would be far lesser than the impact created if we put the force here. That's why whenever we open or close a door, we put it most farthest perpendicular point so that we can get the most amount of torque with a less force. If we push it from this point, it might take us 10 Newton. If we push it from this point, it will take us 2 Newton. So this is how you can minimize your force, minimize your putting your energy by increasing the perpendicular distance. This is a daily life example to understand torque. Seeing physics won't teach you physics. Practicing numericals every day, 5 to 10 numericals every day will help you get better at physics. Definitions in physics are more important than you think they are. The book is very important, the textbook teaches a lot, so don't miss out the theory, because physics is not equal to numericals, but physics is equal to numericals plus theory. Numericals might be easier in the exam, but theory actually tests your practice, because theory is what people miss out. People believe physics is only about numericals, formulas, but the people who believe this are the ones who score the lowest. I started studying my physics theory in February. I just was going to mess up in physics, but just because of God's grace, I was able to cover it up. But my advice to you for physics is start reading the theory from day one, start reading it from today, because the way you can do it from today would be far better than what you will be able to do from December or Feb. So just read one chapter every week and you will be far ahead of your peers. After a decent amount of preparation for the whole subject physics, you should start solving the PYQ papers, because they will teach you what the physics paper will consist of this year. The biggest difference between the students who score 95 in physics and the students who score 65 is simple: consistency. The ability to study physics even when you don't understand it, because the people who do it will get the reward, because physics rewards consistency over doing it abruptly sometimes. So just do it even if you don't understand. Try to understand by doing numericals, by seeing some video lectures, by trying to read the theory. Do it again and again and again until you understand it, because once you understand it, I bet you will never forget it. Remember, physics is not difficult. Physics is the way of life. Physics is a simple language that teaches how the world functions and works. Everything in physics is relatable to real life. So the day you start understanding physics is the day you will start loving physics. I will soon start a brand new series known as Physics from Zero, which will cover all the physics concepts from level 0 to level 100 and will actually help you cover your ICSE physics portion smoothly, nicely, and with the goal of achieving a very good score in your board exam. And the good score is definitely trying to score 100.